Alright, Shalom, Shalom Israel. This is Brother Azariah from Beautified, Jersey, Philly, coming back with another video, giving all honor and glory to the Most High Yahweh, which the world calls God, and Yahweh Shai, which the world calls Jesus Christ. Shalom, Shalom. Our Lord willing, you brothers and sisters, you waxing mightier and mightier in your faith. Salakia. And if it be in the will of the Lord, you're also increasing in your wisdom, knowledge, and understanding in these last days. As I always say, these two things, they go hand in hand. You're going to need these two things to make it to the kingdom. So with that being said, all right, we're going to open up with the book of Ecclesiastes, the 7th chapter. All right, this is Ecclesiastes 7 and verse 1. It says, a good name is better than precious ointment, and a day of death than the day of one's birth. So the point I want here is where it says a good name is better than precious ointment. So in this truth, you want to have a good name. All right, your name carries an image. Just like when you say Michael Jordan, you don't think of golf. You don't think of anything else but basketball. Why? Because Michael Jordan, he was so great in basketball. Now when that name is thrown out there, all you think of is basketball. You think of the Jordan sneakers, or you think of what else? Space Jam. Or there's a lot of things that come with that. Now, when your name is said, you want all good things to be said. Slocky. You don't want your name to come up, and then the brother kind of sitting there saying, "Damn, this brother, he's wicked because of this. This brother, he's wicked. He kind of counting down reasons why you wicked." So he's wicked because of this, then he's wicked because of that, then he kind of does this, I don't like that neither. Oh, then he got that too, then he got this demon, then he got you don't want brothers or sisters to feel that way about you. All right, when they see you, like I just said, as the Lord just said, a good name is better than precious ointment. You want to walk around with a good name, having a good image. Now some of you may say, well, I don't really know about that. I don't give a damn what nobody thinks about me. All right, I know a lot of people think like that. Say, well, I don't really care. They can think what they want. Well, it actually does matter. What people think of you, it does matter to an extent. Let me go to the book of Sirach 25. Slaki, bear with me, I'm a little sick. All right, so this is the book of Sirach 25, and I'm going to start at verse 1. It says, in three things I was beautified, and stood up beautiful both before God and men. So he just told you, hey, there's three things that I'm beautified in. All right? Meaning I look good in these things. These things make me look good. He said both in the sight of the Most High. First, you want to look good in the sight of the Lord. Because remember, the Lord, he sees everything. There's nothing you can really hide from him. All right? The things that man doesn't see, he always sees. So you always want to try to be on your best behavior. All right? As much as possible. And he said also with men. So you want men to look at you and see you. Salakia. You want men or women to look at you and see you in a good light. Because remember, the Lord, he also said this. All right, this is the book of Sirach 4 and verse 7. All right, this is Sirach 4 and verse 7. It says, get thyself the love of the congregation and bow thy head to a great man. Now, a congregation isn't going to love someone that's wicked. Or if you're known for being a liar, a thief, conniving, trying to talk to, if you're a brother, you're known for trying to talk to other brothers' wives behind the scenes. If you're a sister, you're known for causing discourse. You're not going to get the love of the congregation. No one's going to love you. Like I said, they're going to be counting down reasons why they shouldn't love you, man. But the Lord said what? Get thyself the love of the congregation. How else you going to do that? With good acts, with good deeds. That's going to make up your image. Let me get this other precept. All right. Bear with me one moment. This is the book of Sirach 32 and verse 1. It says, if thou be made a master of a feast, so say you're orchestrating a feast. All right. Obviously when you're orchestrating a feast, you got to have entertainment. You have to have like I said, entertainment. You gotta have utensils. You gotta have tables. You gotta have chairs. So you gotta set that thing up in order. You can't have an event and everybody come there and they kind of saying, well, where am I gonna sit at? Then the food come out, they say, where's the spoons and the forks? All right, then you got a juice, you got punch on the table, and there's no damn cups. See, you can't do that, because now the next time you host an event, now people like, Azariah's hosting an event. I don't know. Last time we went there, he didn't have food. He didn't have chairs. He was kind of standing there. There wasn't no damn bathroom. You see that? So your name is all jammed up. All right. Let me read that again. It's the book of Sirach 32 and verse 1. It says, "If thou be made the master of a feast, lift not thyself up." Meaning, don't be proud. You know, you say, "Well, this is my party." You know those people that always host a party, and then you doing one small thing. I used to know people like that. You do one thing wrong, and you're really not really doing nothing wrong. You know, it's something small like you might have left the bathroom door cracked open, but they want it shut. Then they say, "Don't you know this is my house? This is my party. Why you ain't shut the door?" And they're making you look bad in front of everybody. That's that person. He's lifting himself up. And again, now he's making himself look bad. He thinks he's demoralizing. He thinks he's demoralizing the person he's getting on or she's getting on. But ultimately, those that have eyes to see and ears to hear, they kind of looking at this person like, man, this guy's kind of proud. I'm not coming back to another feast of his. All right? So you can't lift yourself up if you're holding a feast. It says, but be among them as one of the rest. So you got to make yourself seem as if, well, you just attending the party. You just a guest. You know, the guest, you kind of shaking everybody's hand. What's up? You cool with everybody? All right, there's no discourse. All right? It's not really known that you're the master of the feast. It says, take diligent care for them and so sit down. So you're supposed to take diligent care for the people that's in your party. You know, you're checking on them. You want water? You thirsty? It's like you. How the food tastes? Does it need salt? Does it need this? You got to make sure your guests are comfy. All right? It says, and when thou hast done all thy office, meaning you done your job, take thy place, that thou mayest be merry with them and receive a crown for thy well ordering of the feast. So you see your actions, the things that you do on the earth, now you build up an image for yourself. All right? If you're known for being that brother that holds the feast and you make sure, hey, the punch is on point, you make sure you got damn utensils, you make sure there's chairs, you make sure there's bathrooms, you make sure damn everything you need is there. You make sure everything is there. Now, when people say, well, Azariah is holding a feast, everybody kind of happy. Why? Because you have built up a reputation through your actions. All right? And now you'll be able to sit amongst the people and they'll love you. They say, well, this the brother or sister that had this party. You know, she did A, B, C, and D. This is what the Most High wants. You to have a good name. This is ultimately having a good name. Because you look at your forefathers, you know, they're known for specific things. If I was to say, if I was to say, damn, Cain, what do you think he's known for? He's known for slaying Abel. Now, is that the type of name you want to have? Hell no, man. If you say Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, you think about good things. Let's go to the book of Sirach 45 and verse 1. All right, this is Sirach 45 and 1. It says, and he brought out of him a merciful man. This is talking about the Most High, which found favor in the sight of all flesh, even Moses, beloved of God and men, whose memorial is blessed. And your memorial just simply means what you're remembered for. All right? So, or the remembrance of this person. So now when we say Moses, we think about good things. You don't really got nothing bad to say about Moses. Let's go to the book of, what's that? I believe it's Numbers 12 and verse 3. All right, this is the book of Numbers 12 and verse 3. And it reads, Now the man Moses was very meek above all the men which were upon the face of the earth. So when we think about Moses, this is what we think of. Moses wasn't proud. Moses wasn't lofty. Although Moses, he had every right to be proud or lofty. All right, being in the situation that he was in, or position he was in, he was the ruler of the people, man. He could have kind of bossed them around. Go do that. Go over there. But he didn't do that. All right. He was meek above. He was the meekest man on the whole entire earth. That's what Moses is known for. Now you should want to have the same title. You want brothers to look at you or sisters to look at you and say, well, that's a very meek sister. All right. Hey, that sister, when I was down, hey, she helped me do this. When this brother, hey, when he seen me down, and he came and kind of helped me out, man. All right. He went through the precepts. He kind of broke it down, and he made everything clear as day. Sirach, Israel, I'm sick. So again, a good name is to be desired in this thing. Let's go to the book of Tobit, 5 and verse 10. All right, this is Tobit 5, and I'm gonna start at verse 10. And it reads, "Then Tobit said unto him, Brother, show me." I'm gonna start up a little bit. I'm gonna start at verse 4. All right, this is the book of Tobit 5 and verse 4. It says, therefore, when he went to seek a man, this is Tobias. All right, Tobias is going to seek a man to go with him to receive money from I believe Ragiel. All right, so he needs somebody to basically show him the rope, show him where to go. A second-hand man. All right, read it from the top. It says, therefore, when he went to seek a man, he found Raphael, that was an angel, but he knew not. And he said unto him, canst thou go with me to Rages? And knowest thou the Slaki? And he said, and knowest thou those places well? To whom the angel said, I will go with thee, and I know the way well. For I have lodged with our brother Gabriel. Then Tobias said unto him, tarry for me till I tell my father. So now Tobias, he found somebody which ultimately was an angel. He said, know what, let me go get my father, tell him what's going on, introduce you, and see if my father wants me to go with you. Verse 10, I'm going to skip down. Then Tobit, the father of Tobias, then Tobit said unto him, brother, he was speaking to Raphael the angel. He said, brother, show me of what tribe and family thou art. So you notice, Slakia, you notice the first thing he asked him, he said, show me what tribe you're from and your family. Because we know that each tribe has different traits, all right? Different things that they're known for. So he wanted to make sure, all right, he's from this tribe. All right, they kind of get down with the bow and the arrow. They might be skilled with the left hand. They can kind of cut a man down if somebody comes and kind of trying to get in my son's face. So I know I could trust this man to save my son through any physical altercation that they may find themselves in on the way to their rages. So he asked, what tribe you from, man? Then he said, what family are you from? Because each family has a name, all right? There's something that comes with this family. Like I said earlier, you think of Aaron. What do you think of? His family of priests, his sons being priests, all right? You think of David or even Absalom. You say that name Absalom, people kind of back up. I don't know about that brother. That brother was wicked. Remember Absalom, he tried to take his father's stead in the kingdom, man. He literally tried to take his father's seat, all right, and rule over the people, all right? He wanted to rule over his own father's people. Saki, he want basically pretty much he was trying to take the kingdom from his father, man. So when you look at Absalom, you like, damn, this brother wicked, man. You say Saul. Now Saul, his name, it kind of rings two different ways. All right, Saul, he was righteous, then he was wicked. And all people remember you for is the last thing you was doing on the earth. So now you're saying Saul, he's wicked, man. That's why Tobit asked him. He's a wise man. This is wise. You inquire his family. Back in the day, you didn't just meet somebody and, oh, what's good, bro? How you doing, man? No, you was proved first and you were asked certain questions. What family are you from? Where do you live at? You kind of gotta ask them where they live at. That's just like a father when his daughter brings in a new man or a man and says, "Oh, this is my boyfriend." Or you kind of look at him and you say, "What neighborhood you from?" Then he say, "Well, I grew up in Chicago. They called it Sirach." Then you kind of tell your daughter, "Nah, that he's not for you." Why? Because he may have he's associated with a bad land. That land, Chicago, has a bad name. See that? So that's why Tobit, he asks of this man's family and tribe, because these things matter. All right. Continuing on, verse 11. It says, to whom he said, dost thou seek for a tribe or family? Or, it says, dost thou seek for a tribe or family, or an hired man to go with thy son? So now the angel gets smart and said, what the hell is wrong with you, man? What are you looking for? Are you looking for a tribe, a family, or do you want somebody to go with your son? I believe that's what your son came and asked me for, help. All right? Reading on. It says, then Tobit said unto him, I would know, brother, thy kindred and name. And he didn't say, brother, please, please, brother, just tell me what family you from, what kindred you from. He said, no, hey, brother, I got to know what family you from, man. Who's your father? Who is your mother, man? All right? This is important. You can't just let your son go with any old person. All right? Don't they teach you in the world, what they say, stranger danger? All right? You can't just let your son just go with any old stranger, man. I got to know your roots, man. I got to know, what tree you kind of stem from. All right? A good tree or a bad tree. Continuing on to verse 12. Then he said, I am Azarias, the son of Ananias the great, and of thy brethren. Then Tobit said, thou art welcome, brother. Be not now angry with me, because I have inquired to know Slakia, Israel, that's Satan. It says, be not now angry with me, because I have inquired to know thy tribe and thy family, for thou art my brother, of an honest and good stock. For I know Ananias and Jonathan, sons of the great Mayest, as we went together to Jerusalem to worship and offered the firstborn and the tenths of the fruits, and they were not seduced with the error of our brethren. My brother, thou art of a good stock. So you see, he knew his family. He said, well, these people, we went and served the Lord together, all right, playing upon tables, and they didn't get seduced by the demons and spirits that's out there. He said, well, if you come from them, I believe you're just as strong as them. So you're not going to go out there with my son and then somebody kind of, somebody kind of come out there and tempt you and say, hey, I'll give you 20 shekels for that kid so I can use him as a slave. Tobit, he already knew. He said, well, I could trust this man. Hey, he's not going to just be bribed easily. You can't bribe this man, because his fathers and his family, they weren't deceived by demons and spirits, so he's not going to be deceived by man. All right? And he's going to protect my son. Like he said, you're of a good stock, meaning you have a good name. Your family has a good image. All right? So this is very important. You want to have a clean and good name. And this truth works out for you. This truth works out for you because in the world, you used to have a different name. For example, me in the world, I had a different name. I'm not going to say my name, but I had a nickname. Now, I had a nickname because of certain things that I was associated with. And it wasn't really good things. But now I came in the truth. You don't know that name that I had. But through the Spirit and through the power of the Lord, He's allowed me to clean that slate. Now I have a new slate, and now I have a new name. When people see me, they don't see me as that old man. All right, they see me as a new man. Turn to a new leaf, like they say in the world. All right. So I'm going to close out with the book of Sirach 41 and verse 12. All right, this is the book of Sirach 41 and verse 12. It says, have regard to thy name, for that shall continue with thee above 1,000 great treasures of gold. Because people, they kind of try to acquire gold. You know, look how much riches I got. You got some people, they want to sit on gold, man. They want to literally sit on paper. All right. You know, Jake too. Jake like to do that. You know, they put the money to their face like it's a phone, or they go like this and they open their mouth as if it's a damn sandwich. See, people like that, they not gonna make it, and they don't know what's going on, man. All right, they value treasures and gold. All right, they think that's gonna last them forever. They think they're gonna be remembered for that. They're not. But the Lord said, a good name. Let me read that one more time. This is the book of Sirach 41 and verse 12. Have regard to thy name, for that shall continue with thee above 1,000 great treasures of gold. Because you got to remember, everybody, there's a lot of people that had a lot of money. All right, a lot of people that have money, and no one really knows who they are. So you're not going to really be remembered for that. But if you have done righteous acts and righteous deeds before God and before men, you're going to be remembered for that. Let's keep going. It says, a good life hath but... It says, a good life hath but few days, but a good name endureth forever. See that? So a good name, you have this forever. Even when you're in the grave, people still remember you for your deeds and your acts. You say, well, Azariah or whatever your name may be. Say, well, yeah, that brother, you know, that was a righteous brother. I knew that brother. I grew up with that brother. All right. You don't want to be the brother that died and people, they say your name and they're like, man, that name gives me chills. That was a wicked man. All right. Or when they say your name, oh, that sister, or she's a gossiper. Yeah, oh yeah. That's the gossiper. All right. You see, you want to have, you want to have a name, a good name that's going to endure forever. Not a bad name that's going to stay in your life forever. As I gave you the example earlier, Saul, his name is kind of stained for being wicked at the end. King David, his name is stained with being righteous. So with that, I'm going to give all honor and glory to the Most High Yahweh, which the world calls God, and Yahweh Shai, which the world calls Jesus Christ. Shalom, shalom.